Now I understand hand signs are mudras. They're for energy or focus and other things. But when you're dealing with Hollywood, everything that they're showing us in the Matrix, just that term that we could use, we all know what I mean when I say that. To go even further on that, the etymology on mother ties in to the word matrix. It's referring to the same word. Mother, matter. Mother Earth is the matrix. When you're in the mother, you're in the matrix. Everything you see on TV, the mainstream, all the stories that they want you to see, just like always, all these things are used to help governments and the ones in control. It all helps them push their agenda. Now, a lot of these puppets that they present to us, in a lot of cases, the individuals selected are going to be used as pawns in the game. Top Hollywood agents are from the bloodlines that run the world. And again, the rest are just used as pawns. They usually have an expiration date, preset upon contract, I'm sure. So when they're done using them, they're done. And if they go against the grain, then of course they ruin them. How they're doing to Andrew Tate. However, if you look at the signs and symbols, and there's a lot of other things as well I want to touch on that kind of makes me think he's another There's an occult aspect to all the signs and symbols being showed. Of course, they have multiple meanings. The signals, sigils, signs. Just like language. The Dark Lords that rule us, rule the world, they've constructed a language over time in such a way that the real meaning to many words are hidden and given new meanings, or 2 or 3 or even more in some cases. Occult doesn't mean evil, it means what's hidden. But of course, mostly why we see all the symbols, they're used for darkness and ill intention towards us, and to show you who their alliance is to. So can you simply believe what he's showing you here is the power of intention, the understanding of energy, and Zen, meditating? He even says in one of his podcasts that he was on that I watched why he does his hand signals, because someone obviously spotted it.
A picture of my father, and he's sitting there with a hand symbol. He's sitting there like this. He looks his fingers and he puts his thumb and his hand together. I do the same thing because I am my father's son. And I do it in a lot of my Instagram pictures. And in that Instagram post, there's a few examples of me doing it and my father doing it. The reason I do it is because when your brain is as advanced as mine, you have to complete the circuit. I'm full of electricity. My blood's on fire. And by completing the circuit,
Tiger blood.
Try it at home. Try this right now, children, ladies, if there are any. Ladies, doesn't matter. You know.
Oh, we know ladies are watching me.
Yeah, of course, but they ain't got any power. But gentlemen, try it. Try the hand symbol. Complete the circuit of your body. Make the electrons flow. And I do it because it increases my powers. It's like a power-up. I don't really watch cartoons, but I'm sure like in Dragon Ball Z, before he fights, he does something.
No.
Powers
It's
up.
like when Super Mario gets that mushroom.
Exactly. That's
Mario
exactly
is a
it.
G.
Mario is a G. So
Another thing is the numerology and the numbers that he gives you. Him and Thunberg on Twitter, I guess, were arguing. And he said he has 33 cars, 33. Freemasonry, of course, just like most of his poses are. The podcast I listened to on him, the guy asked him a question: how much money do you need? Does a human need to be free or never have to do anything again? Oddly enough, he said 36 million, 36.
It's very dark. It's dark because it's a cover-up because I didn't like it the first time round. But it's a snake. It starts on my right hand, and it goes to here, and there's a snake that ends, and there's a devil mask. So it's a devil face and a snake. Why? Because the snake is fighting the devil. I was sent by God to Earth.
Kind of interesting too that he was on Big Brother as a contestant. Just a thought, with all these characters they put in front of us, you gotta really analyze not only what they're saying, but what they're doing physically and what they're showing you. Notice how they're always entering these guys against the control system. They trend and blow up. The mainstream wants us to see this because it's on all their platforms.
Ooh, nicely done. You ever wonder why you have nightmares? Why your own brain tortures you? It's actually us maximizing your output. It works just like this. Oh no, can you stop the bullet? If only you could move faster. Here's the thing about feelings. They're so much easier to control than facts. Turns out in my matrix, the worse we treat you, the more we manipulate you, the more energy you produce. More energy you produce. It's nuts.
This guy, well, he claims he's a billionaire either way. Very wealthy millionaire. Now he's speaking out against the system on multiple platforms, just like others have done. They're using it to control, monitor, censor what we say. Notice almost anything you have to say nowadays has a label on it. Everything you say is put in a box and labeled. That's the plan. Just like China. That's the goal. They always say that. He also says himself many times that his dad was CIA. That's interesting.
When he died, someone messaged me because my father was in the CIA. He held the CIA record for the fastest assimilation of a foreign language. My father learned Russian within 2.5 weeks.
Tell you something about my father. My father was literally a spy for the CIA, and they used to do
insane things that you wouldn't believe, even inside of a coat hanger, to bug a room. It used to be extremely difficult to bug a room. Oh, the Amazon Echo. Let me just put it there. And it listens to me 24 hours a day because every time I say, hey, Echo, it hears me. And I trust that the CIA and all these other intelligence agencies are never, ever, ever listening in.
And to me, I think it's funny he was on Big Brother. Like I said, it was almost like that was an audition for something else, huh?
We are living inside of the Matrix, and I am Morpheus. I know you're sitting thinking, why did Tate not decide he was Neo? Because Tate has all the Aikido and the masterful, nearly superhuman abilities.
Good shot there from Tate! What a crunching shot!
But I am Morpheus because Morpheus dedicated his life to trying to find other people whose minds were ready to be freed. He said it himself, not all minds can be unplugged.
Lucifer says, remember, all I am offering you is the truth. Now, every time I say Lucifer, I mean Morpheus. Okay? Lucifer said to Neo, all I'm doing is offering you the truth. Epoch was the computer man, and that's deep, isn't it? Epoch was the computer man. Now, here's the computer man telling you what the new epoch is going to be dealing with. He's called all the people who are essentially the Elohim. Each one of these people in the ship were the Elohim. More representative of the Elohim because you saw their names. Tank, Trinity, now, here's something that you need to deal with. First thing after he took the pill, what did he look at? The mirror.
So Tate's logo, you could say, pretty much is a knight and a snake. We know what the snake means. And he's a chess player. He also wants us to see the Masonic checkerboard. But he is a chess player. But I think there's a deeper reason on why he's showing the knight in the logo. But in chess, the knight's important because it moves different than any other chess piece. Above all, knights in chess, very powerful and dangerous. The knight can jump to the other side of the board and can continue to attack. Although the knight in chess are more valuable in the center. And then also, if you bring up the etymology on the word knight, K-N-I-G-H-T, ties into a couple different words: boy, youth, servant, military follower of a king or other superior. And that's from 1100. Military follower of a king or other superior. That's from 1100. And in 1100, it began to be used in a specific military sense in the 100 Years' War, and gradually rose into importance until it became a rank in the nobility from the 16th century. And so he got arrested in Romania, right? At some point in time, they added the crown. Just to name a few right off the top, they're showing the same rose star pointed down, also the pentagram, and the Orsini's coat of arms. You see that there. And also they got the bull right in front of your face. The bull is Borgia, House of Borgia. And you also see similar symbolism that China uses on their flag. And that's just to name a few. What I'm getting at is Orsini, again, is the same family relations to the Schwarzenberg, the Sorcerers, the Bergs that we see all over the world. Bilderberg, Bloomberg, I could go on. But you really have to watch those other videos on this topic, the Sorcerers or the Hidden Hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, because it really all ties in together. They say Romania is like one of the big headquarters for the trafficking. And they all rode in the same van. So they went to their court date last week. Tate, his brother, and his 2 girls. I guess they didn't have enough vehicles. Not even trying to play it off. Not even trying to act it out all the way. Just like when you watch a bad movie. His Twitter beef, or whatever they call that, back and forth, was with Greta Thunberg. Now we're about to dive into who she really is. And now the girl, Greta Thunberg. Remember what I said about the Bergs? We're seeing them all over mainstream Hollywood. Long list I've put in other videos. They tie into the Orsini. They tie into the black nobility, the Vatican. These are one of the main powers that run the world. They tuck their name in Berg because that name's very important. The etymology goes all the way into bear, like B-H-E-R, like bear, light bear, Lucifer. All that etymology ties into the word. It's for a reason. I said in my last video, they're letting you know the family they come from. Also, to bear, children of Lucifer. Just like the Rothschild and Marina Abramovich standing in front of that Lucifer painting. Just your average girl. This girl is able to speak at the UN about climate change, and really it's pushing the agenda to tax humans for air.
I have given it much thought. It seems disaster must come. At best, only postponed.
She's definitely a tool that these higher ups are using to grab the youth and push the climate change, beat that into everyone's head, but definitely the youth, the young kids, And they're probably putting books of Thunberg in school about climate change. Her as a book writer, she's got a couple different books as well. And of course, another trick of the beast. Just like always, they blame everything on nature and they blame everything on us humans, when all of it is controlled chaos. And they're bringing forth climate change. If it won't change, they'll change it themselves. Just like weather, the terms they use, you got to think about them. Forecast. Well, you could say, nah, man, they're forecasting it, they're foreseeing it. Interesting choice of words. Cast. Forecast. We're looking at another sorcerer, the hidden hand. And again, Orsini's hide under the name Berg. Rosenberg. Schwarzenberg. Schwartz. Schultz. All these names are attached to the same family. The king, Saxe Coburg Gotha. The Pope Bergolia. Facebook Zuckerberg. DuckDuckGo, the guy's name is Berg. Weinberg, I think it is. Anyway, her mother's also famous. Her grandfather was an actor. And I believe she's a part of the Young Global Leaders with Klaus Schwab, most likely being her teacher. I was going over old notes and I realized this is her on Bill Gates' own magazine, Saturn Day, Satan Day. One-eyed symbolism, morphin, transhumanism, symbolism. Nothing to see here. They're just being silly on the cover. Stop it. So, Greta Thunberg's middle name is Tintin. That's interesting because, I mean, there's so many stories of Tintin in the mythology, but also in 1929, there was a cartoon character created called Tintin, a boy and his dog, which is interesting in itself, just like symbolism in the photos with Elon with the dog, and then the Trump book from the 1890s, The Marvelous Travels of Baron Trump. It's Baron Trump and the dog. But anyways, this was created in 1929 by the cartoonist, and his name that he went under was Herg. Sounds like Berg, no? So Tintin's a character that travels the world seeking truth and justice. Sounds a lot like Greta Thunberg, doesn't it? Tintin. They've made movies about Tintin. The Adventures of Tintin. Tintin, a round-faced young man running with a white fox terrier by his side. It's interesting because another meaning of Tintin is Tintin, the movie from 2011, was directed by Spielberg. No links there. No links there at all. There's one other book I found that was from 1949, The Adventures of Tintin, Prisoners of the Sun. All very interesting. Again, her mother is a top opera singer. She studied music at the Royal College of Music in Stockholm. She's a member of the Royal Swedish Academy of Music. So interesting. That's the Royal Academy of Music right there. That's a big deal. Saxe-Coburg Gotha, Charles. He's there hanging out. It's not a royal bloodline thing, is it? Once again, everything we're seeing is scripted and intentional. If you ever sat and listened to that girl in the meeting, that UN meeting, she's obviously reading the presentation. Any big speech like that, you're going to probably read it. You're not going to remember everything. However, if you really pay attention, it seems like she's taking an acting class or two. The way she delivers that speech, to me, it just doesn't feel like her words. Most likely it's not. It's probably Klaus Schwab's words. Supposedly, the Terminator is a big fan of Greta Thunberg. I mean, I'm sure he is. I've pointed this out in other videos that Schwarzenegger is obviously his stage name. Name comes from Schwartz. Schwartz means black. Schwarzenberg. Same bloodline as Soros. And maybe Thunberg is a relative to Schwarzenegger. As we see here, this looks more than a meet and greet. The way he's holding her shoulders. Definitely interesting. Being that, like I said, his name's not Schwarzenegger, it's Schwarzenberg. Schwartz means black. Same as George Soros. Schwartz is his hidden name. They all come from the Orsini family. Different branches, different houses. Could be German, could be in Italy, could be here, could be there. It's one big family.